I've been talking about all the stuff you wanted to hear for years. Now I'm gonna talk about what you don't want to hear. They don't want to hear that good shit. Where my niggas at? Take care of their kids. Learn they lesson from they first bid. Who getting money? Who ain't no motherfucking dummy? Who ain't gon' let these white folks leave them bumming? They like, nah, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. That's fuckboy shit. That's fuckboy shit. All my niggas getting money. Who you with? All my niggas with them choppers try to hit. It's been a long time since a nigga been locked up, and I ain't going back. I put that on my dick and nuts. Don't get it twisted. I'm always gonna be ratchet. I always got my whistle. I'm never out. What up? It's me, Prez, aka Black Superman, not Idris Elba. That's right. Idris Elba, yeah, they call him Black Superman in that new Hobbs and Shaw movie. It's a really good movie, okay? And you then stumbled upon a Real Ninjas podcast where we discuss interesting topics, listen to underground music, and speak about that fuck shit. Say what up to my co-host. I'm Kenny, what up?
What up, man? Y'all already know what it is. Midwest Connects and Kenny. If you ain't connected, you ain't respected. And speaking of being connected, we are definitely connected on episode 3 of a Real Ninjas podcast. We brought my TT and literally one of the smartest people on the planet, Miss Sara Bowen, to our show. What's up?
That's an awesome introduction. I thought that was better than practice. Thanks for that. That's dope.
She's a genius. I really, that's why we wanted to have you on here, because we know you're smart and she don't take no shit.
None.
She's gonna say whatever she gonna say, and she gonna mean it.
Facts.
Okay, so welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, yes.
First guest. I feel really
Yeah. Mark the calendar. So, she's here to talk about HIV prevention. But before we talk about that, I want to talk about the new movie, Hobbs and Shaw, the Fast and Furious thing.
Spoiler.
We spoiled that bitch. Okay, so great film. I give it an 8 out of 10. Okay. It had a lot of action. It had Kevin Hart in it. He just popped up in there. You know what I mean? And
Him and the Rock been running real tough lately.
Yeah, real tough. I think Kevin Hart and what's his name? The bald guy in the movie with him. Jason Statham. I think they're a better team than him and Kevin Hart. Yeah, him and Kevin Hart. Because Kevin Hart funny, but what's his name?
Jason
Statham.
The transporter.
Yeah, the transporter. Blitz, you know. He's funny too, but he got the action stuff with him too. And The Rock, he's funny, but you're gonna see everything The Rock do is gonna be action. Nobody wanna see him be no type of love interest. You know what I mean? So he already they pump him up in that movie too also. So it's a great movie. I took away 1 point because the fight scene, some of them was CGI, and The Rock, like, now Jason Statham can fight. You know what I mean? Like really can fight. But The Rock can't fight. I don't think The Rock can fight. Like, he got the same punch and everything. I think he really fight. Like, me being a mixed martial artist, fighting is like a fingerprint. And every time he do the same punch he did at Super Slam back when he was on WrestleMania. You know what I mean? So I think, yes, I beat The Rock ass. I think hey, size matter, but not when you mean no.
Black Superman.
Man, Black Superman. And they said Idris Elba was Black Superman in that movie, and they had him with his shirt off. And he wasn't Black Superman. that was a 48-year-old chest he had right there. Yeah. And who told Jason Statham is the only guy that can be a superhero. Like, The Rock had to shave his receding hair off. So why do Jason Statham get to run around looking like a mechanic? He looking like a mechanic. He look like somebody.
He's never had a different haircut.
Never. And like,
so I mean,
it's all gone. It's like just right here. Just right here.
The
like,
cul-de-sac. We grew up.
That's the white, what's his name? I don't know. Red Sanford, there it is.
Oh my goodness. He got the red fox joint?
No, he got the red fox.
Oh,
and
man.
so, hey, I'm done with that movie. We here to talk about some real shit because some people don't know shit about shit, all right? and when we was growing up, they used to talk about AIDS, HIV, all that other stuff, and I just don't think that you talk about it enough. And people don't really know much about it because I like just being excited to have Sarah on here. I was talking to friends and clients. Excuse my voice, I talk all the time, as y'all know. My friends, my clients, they were just telling me about other stuff. And like on 2 different occasions, a girl, one of my peoples told me that it's girls that tell guys that they have herpes, but the guys still want to have unprotected sex with them. So I would only think that they don't know that herpes is forever or something like that. So
Or they already have it.
Or they already have it. Oh man, that's bad. Doesn't 2 herpes genes make the Ebola virus?
No, it does not.
Or SARS. It doesn't make SARS either.
No, it just remains at the herpes level.
It makes blue waffle. Google it, okay?
Don't Google it. Do not Google it.
So we got some questions for Sarah. Okay, so let's jump it off.
Okay. We do have some prep questions. How is HIV passed from one person to another? Because remember, people don't know shit about shit. So we're gonna start at the beginning.
All right. So HIV is passed from one person to another from blood, semen, pre-cum, vaginal fluid, rectal fluid, breast milk, and from mother to child during pregnancy.
There's fluids in the rectum.
There is fluids in the rectum. They are there, and it is happening. All of those things, it's sex and sharing needles, essentially.
Okay. All right. So it's definitely on the blood level. Can I get HIV from oral sex?
It's highly unlikely. It can happen if let's say there's a cut in the mouth or something like that. It can happen, but
what if I'm getting oral sex?
If you're getting oral
sex, can I get herpes from?
Wait, no,
we're switch gears.
I'm sorry.
But yes,
I was gonna say the answer is yes.
That just hurt my heart though. I thought it was a no. I thought I know a little bit about some HIV.
If you're getting oral sex and the person that is giving you oral sex has HIV, it is unlikely. I mean, the risk is pretty low, but it can happen if that person has like a cut in their mouth or something like that. But again, it's still pretty low transmission from a female mouth through a male penis.
Okay. So it can, but it's very unlikely.
Very unlikely. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm living life, and a lot of people aren't great with their sexual health. They don't always go get checked up. They don't get their annual together, and males especially. That's definitely a male thing. Women, I tend to think, are a little better about it. They get scheduled yearly pap smears, and
you would think, but not always.
Okay. All right. So how can I tell if I have HIV? Like, what symptoms would I be looking for on a physical level?
Sure.
You turn into a troll.
You do not turn into a troll.
Oh, okay.
You do not turn into a troll. You might turn into a troll today, but it won't be from me. So it depends on where the virus is in progression. So in the very early stages, it's the acute stage. So it's the first 2 to 4 weeks of when someone gets the virus, essentially, and it's growing very rapidly. And you're the most contagious at this point. A person will be most contagious at this point because of how fast the virus is growing. But some people have no symptoms whatsoever, and some people have like flu-like symptoms at this time. So fever, rashes, sore throat, all the things that would look like the flu. But again, there could be no symptoms, so the only way that you can really know is by being tested.
So make sure you go get that annual or semi-annual, or if
And
you're
there's
very
free testing.
sick.
There's free testing at the Phoenix Center Monday through Friday from noon to 3.
Matter of fact, we forgot to do this. Drop us your credentials and why you're here and why you're talking this kind of knowledge.
We didn't talk about that.
Hey, this is Real Ninja Podcast.
I told you, one of the smartest on the planet. This is why she's here.
Yes.
You're funny. You guys told my name, right? My name is Sara Bowen. I'm the Director of Clinical Outreach at the Phoenix Center. I have a Master's in Public Health. My focus is HIV in communities of color as well as transgender communities. I'm working on my PhD in Health Education and Promotion with a focus on global HIV prevalence in transgender communities.
Man, I knew you for a while, and I didn't know all that title. So.
Because you're always talking about the crazy shit.
True.
And so with those type of accolades, she runs the Phoenix Center.
I do not run the Phoenix Center.
Oh, okay.
There's an executive director that runs the Phoenix Center. What I do is the Phoenix Center offers various services, primarily on a clinical basis, on a day-to-day basis, outside of being an LGBT community center, having support groups and housing and that sort of thing. There's a lot of focus on HIV and hepatitis C prevention. So at the Phoenix Center, like I said, Monday through Friday from noon to 3, you can be tested for HIV, hepatitis C, chlamydia, and gonorrhea for no charge.
Show up.
And then we also do a clean needle exchange for injection drug users to reduce HIV and hepatitis C prevalence.
I didn't know
in that
Springfield had one of
community.
those.
Yes, it's at the Phoenix Center. So what I do are those exact same services, and we just started a new program to take them out into rural areas. So right now we're in Christian County, we'll be in Macoupin County, Morgan County, and Logan County. So all of those services will be offered on a 1 day per week basis in those counties, so that people don't. There are people that drive from 40 different counties to receive those services at the Phoenix Center. So we're kind of taking it out so that people don't have to drive so far.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
That is, my goodness, man. I lost my voice today.
That is all choked up.
My goodness. I'm happy Sarah here. You know, I'm not going into the Phoenix Center though. So talking stuff. Let me stop.
Yeah, don't say that. You're gonna throw that energy out there. You're gonna need to go.
Well, how long? See, people don't even know HIV turns into AIDS. So excluding Magic Johnson. How long do it take for?
Does Magic even have AIDS?
I don't know. He don't have no.
Okay, so I'll explain that too. So most people in the United States don't ever get AIDS at this point. The medications where they are today, if you follow the medication regime, it's different for everyone. There's no one prescribed regime, but if you follow your regime, people with HIV, for the most part, don't get to the point of AIDS. And the medicines that are available now can make a person undetectable, their viral load undetectable, and they are then untransmittable. So a person living with HIV takes the medicine the way that they're supposed to take it, and they cannot pass the virus to another person.
I need my AIDS people to be detectable.
But wait, isn't the point to be cured or as close to cured as we can possibly be?
Oh, okay. Well, I just need.
So I've
But
definitely.
they need to wear wristbands.
You're not wearing wristbands because that's not going to happen.
That's not first off.
If somebody is HIV positive and unable to transmit to you, they don't owe you any explanation on what's happening.
Whoa. Now, if we're sexually
If you're
active,
sexually
if we're
active,
sexually
that's
active, I
different.
think if we're
That's
sexually
different.
active, I think you should
If you're
disclose.
sexually active,
Okay.
it's different. But walking around in the
No,
street
no.
with
Like-
a wristband on that says I'm HIV HIV positive is
Well,
not realistic.
So are you saying?
And no one knows you that explanation.
Wait. Let me, is this for shot shooting purposes? Is this so you know nothing?
No, we're not wearing wristbands.
Okay.
No one's wearing wristbands. That is not happening. The conversations you have with your sex partners are between the two of you, but nobody is wearing wristbands. That's just not happening.
So you basically
It's not okay.
Yeah, so you basically led to an answer to my next question by giving us the medication regimes and how it isn't, it's specific to the person. Everybody has to do it a little bit different.
Yep, everything's different.
So with that, a lifestyle change would come with that, obviously. Would you say a diet change could even help become, part of the regime?
It doesn't have to. I mean, people who have compromised immune systems should eat healthy anyway. So it really, I mean, we all should. It's really no difference in how anybody should be eating. So it doesn't necessarily have to, but I mean, if you want to eat foods that are, going to build your immune system, then you should obviously do that. I will say that if someone doesn't get any treatment for HIV, it takes about 10 years for it to transfer into AIDS.
Full-blown AIDS, okay.
Is there a such thing as a wild chicken? Like a chicken in the wild? Because I want to eat chicken all the time, but I've never heard it. We were talking about diet, so I was thinking to myself, is there, I think the government made chickens because you never seen a chicken in the wild. And they made pigs. Where is the pig at in the wild, outside of the board?
They're boards.
Oh, okay.
It's an evolved board.
Because if I got HIV, I need chicken.
The chicken's a good one. And they always tell you it's the T-Rex's cousin. You ever, what? You never heard that?
I didn't know that.
What? You never heard that? That's like...
The government made
chicken. That's like
The
weird
chicken is the T-Rex's cousin?
Look it up. Snapple fact number 279. I promise the chicken is the closest relative to the T-Rex on the, the phylum and however you classify animals by their biological structures, the chicken is the closest one. I don't know what it's, because they can't use their wings either. I don't know, but they taste good with barbecue sauce. And hot sauce, and salt and pepper.
Absolutely.
So, speaking of birds, can women who have sex with women, are they at high risk of getting HIV?
No.
No?
So it's
Almost no risk.
Dang.
No?
That's cheating.
Is it?
So chicks.
But men, because they shooting juices.
There it is. There's the answer.
Damn, shoot.
There's the answer.
I'm not about to go in that. The thoughts of that right there. So man,
Women who have sex with women are at far less risk of any STD, period.
But
Wow. So wait, does that mean
men having sex with women? Well, so why can't we get those effects like two women?
Clearly because we're smarter.
That just blew my mind.
Wow. Wait.
Is this a pig?
Wait. She said chicks who have sex with just chicks are at very low risk for STDs, period.
Sure.
So when one of them...
It can happen. Obviously it can happen, but overall, if you're looking at statistics in the grand scheme of things, it's very low risk.
So then when one of them gets burned, somebody was really cheating for real, huh?
I mean, yeah.
Cheating.
I don't want to...
The statistics would say somebody was
It's called side dicking.
I'm not going to tell that. But, you interpret that however you want to interpret it, but yeah.
Man, so partners who both have HIV, should they use condoms?
Are they sleeping with other people?
Well, I'm not just with each other.
If they're monogamous to each
let's
other.
say
You don't
yeah.
have to. There's no need to.
Even though, so it's HIV because you take a different medicinal regime. See, you're beating me to it.
If you're both on medication and you're both untransmittable,
But wait, no.
I don't think it even matters.
You got me, but is your HIV strain specific to you?
Not necessarily. There are different strains of HIV, but usually they're geographic.
Okay.
So like HIV strain here, I think is, and then we're getting into medicine part that's a little bit beyond my public health.
So it's different in Decatur.
No.
Okay.
It's different in Africa than it is here. It's usually more country specific than it is
So Asian
like
AIDS is different
cities
than-
specific.
So Atlanta AIDS ain't the same as Springfield AIDS.
Which AIDS?
Atlanta AIDS.
Yes. And Atlanta's got a lot of AIDS, bro. That's what the statistics
Atlanta
say.
has, well, not just Atlanta, the South in general has the highest HIV, new HIV cases.
Yeah.
Largely because there's a large population of men who have sex with men, and especially of color and transgender women of color. So statistically, half of all black men who have sex with men and half of all transgender women of color, specifically black transgender women, will contract HIV.
That's whoa. Those are scary statistics.
And they all in Atlanta.
No, they're not all in Atlanta. South Carolina, I think, actually beats Georgia.
Wow. Wow. South Carolina. Hey, Cuzzos, maybe I'm skipping Myrtle Beach this year. I don't know. We'll talk about it.
I got an STD the first time I didn't have sex with a condom. Very first time.
That sucks.
And I'm gonna speak.
I thought it was great because it was a learning lesson.
It was a learning lesson. It was a learning lesson.
You learned, keep them condoms.
So I'm gonna just run through the story real quick, and then we can go to something else, I guess. Cause so I'm just gonna say it. So I was just walking down the street in a car full of girls with me. It was 4 of them. So I hopped in the back with them. They was like, "Come with us." But hey. Hey,
You're 16.
I can't fault you. At 16, you was young, dumb, and full of it.
And I told them I was 18. You know what I mean? Shoot, they was all over 21. And so they proceeded to take me on the best time of my life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking about we left from there. We went all over Central Illinois to like different bars. I ain't never been to no bar. You know what I mean? So we just hanging out all night, and of course, I'm center of attention, and I dip off with one of the girls. She basically just leave her home. She was driving. She just left everybody at the bar. We was in Lincoln. We from Springfield, so she just left everybody at the bar, and we was. I'm gonna make a long story short. So. I met her like at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I didn't get home until about like 5 in the morning because I had to go to work the next day. So on the way to her dropping me off at home, we stopped to have sex. I mean, I was 16. She definitely not coming to my house. So, so before we started, I remember her saying, I was like, I'm 16. I know. Hey, we was taught HIV, all this other stuff. And I was like, I ain't got no condom, because y'all just picked me up. It was a surprise. So I ain't got no condom. And she was like, oh, it's all right. I can't have no babies. I said, oh, okay, like that's all right. So, you know what I mean? That ain't the point, you know what I mean? So, like, y'all know where Southeast is, right? That's where we stopped off at that little park. And to Land Fair, that's where I stay at. Right by Land Fair. So y'all know that's about a 12-minute ride. Okay? So by the time I stepped out the car, I was already scratching a little bit. I was like, I must have been like, I'm short. I'm like, man, y'all beat that up. Dick hurting right now. Dick hurting.
That's a medium.
Like, okay, listen.
Take a shower. Shit, that'll get up.
So I go to work the next day. And I don't notice that. I mean,
you know what Cornbread told me?
What?
Speaking of, he may be our next guest on our very special show.
Mm-hmm.
He told me that if you use Dawn dish soap, that's how you get rid of everything.
Oh,
he said because it gets oil off ducks.
Okay, don't anybody listen to this. Do not take this down as a note.
These are not facts.
No, these are not facts. These might be corporate facts. These are not real facts.
He said don't do so because it gets oil off ducks. I would used to use dial because it's antibacterial.
So I'm sitting in my cubicle because I'm like salesman or whatever, and I'm I'm just thinking about that night, but I'm just hopping in the seat, just like, whoo. I'm thinking like in my head, I'm like, man, I beat that shit up. I was in there, you know what I mean? So I go to the bathroom. I gotta pee. And yeah, on fire. I feel like I gotta pee and I can't pee at the same time. So fast forward, I go to Planned Parenthood. You know what I mean? She would stick a little pin up my thing, you know, and then when they told me what I had trigonometry, whatever the fuck that gonorrhea and chlamydia.
Damn.
God,
She gave you the young
I was on fire before I got out the car.
She
Like
gave you everything you could possibly get rid of.
And to fast forward again, so kids put on a fucking condom.
They're also free at the Phoenix.
Yes. And I thought
They still play. Are they still free Planned Parenthood?
I think so.
oh, okay.
I would hope so.
I remember that was a thing. I remember like high school. I spent a lot of time in there.
So fast forward, come to find out, like I met her, like I seen her again like 10 years later in a situation. You know what I mean?
I think I would have fist fought her.
And-
And I don't condone that at all.
remember me. She didn't remember me. They didn't remember me till
I don't condone that at all, but I think under censor, I would have called
she
my
was a
sister
whole
like Mariah.
She was a prostitute at the time.
Ah.
So I was just off our shit. You know what I'm saying? so yeah, put on the condom.
And know who you're sleeping with. That might help.
Sometimes, yeah. That really works.
Sometimes it's right. Sometimes you think you know, you don't know.
Man,
That's awesome.
that's why I'm so into porn.
He said, I got the
Trigonometry.
Oh, okay, so
The trigonometry trifecta.
I got another thing. Before we go to break,
Lord.
I gotta tell you what I've been searching on Pornhub. Okay. So
This is our Real Ninjas podcast. Shout out to everybody for staying on, listening, taking in. We give you good, we give you bad, we give you awesome. It's great. But right now we're going to our rolling weekly joke.
It might get a little weird.
Prez's porn search.
That's an awesome segment.
Prez's
Name right
porn
there.
search.
Prez's porn search.
We gotta
Okay.
get that awesome like little title thing.
Damn. Next week you're gonna say Prez's porn search. I promise you. Watch this. So now. I'm looking into the regular shit. I'm looking for my favorites. You know what I mean? And I just happened to start with Jada Fire.
Oh, you have favorite people, not necessarily favorite scenarios.
No,
I got favorite people. I got
specific.
favorite scenarios. I got man. I'm real heavy on the guilt porn right now.
Grandma's is the thing. So 2 weeks ago was midgets, then it was dolls, and now it's old ladies.
Oh
How old?
no.
Gilf is over 50.
Gilf
Gilf is over 50.
Gilf is man.
So what range? Where's the end range?
Probably like 70.
Bad body is the end range. Like it's
I'd say like
nice.
70s.
It's nice 60-year-old ladies out there.
Hey, whatever floats
It's
your
fun to
boat.
watch, but that ain't what that's what I'm watching. That's like what I'm mainly watching. But here comes a subsection. Okay. So I'm looking up Jada Fire, and then like this with the keywords, stuff pop up like hot, burn, and then like somehow I get upon sexy burn victim. All right, sucks. Listen.
So this is a genre.
It was a video. It was a video, but she got a couple of them. You know what I mean? So that one was called Sexy Burn Victim. So hey, you know, she I don't know what color she was, but she was like giraffe color. She was like giraffe spots. What's the dog off of Little Rascals?
Oh my God.
Petey. Yeah. She had a Petey spot over her eye, right? So, but she was bad. I mean, I didn't know where the areola stopped her. There's spots all over. Like, you can see it's like white meat, you know what I mean? And brown meat and stuff. So, just, it was a good thing.
I think that's vitiligo. I don't think she was actually burned.
Oh, vitiligo?
That's what Mike Jack had. I think that's
no. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm into vitiligo. So, like
They marketed it as a burn victim, right?
Yeah, she was like,
she was hurt. It was something else.
She was.
Did the skin? Okay, here's the answer. Did the skin look tore up, or did it just look?
No, it was just spotted.
Oh shit, that's vitiligo. That's vitiligo.
Cheetah color.
Yeah.
I'm kind of offended by the burn victim. that's not what was happening.
Whatever. Well, what I like most about it is, man, I'm sorry to say it here right now, but so what I like most about it is that her hand was real spotted up, right? It was really spotted up. And when she was doing her thing, it was going real fast, and it looked like one color then. It was back to brown. She wasn't giraffe color no more. So that was awesome to me. You know? So, I think we're gonna get to a break on that one. And what we doing? Oh, so
introduce the video.
We got some videos. You know, we all about us. You know what I mean? We're telling people to send us their stuff.
Send us your media. Send us your content.
Yes.
We promise.
But until then, I got a whole bunch of shit to play for you. You know what I mean? So check out this video. It's from I like to say some of the best monsters here in Springfield. Agent Orange, you might know him. Cornbread.
Oh yeah.
He's a genius. Then we got Scooby on the track. You know what I mean? And then you got me, of course. Okay, so that's the first track. Then, of course, we promote ourselves. I put a fight of me. If y'all know I'm a professional fighter, I actually So I'm a professional fighter. I thought I put I don't know what video I can't remember what video I put. All my fights are good, even the ones I lost. Okay, so you will be seeing some losses when we ain't got nobody to send no videos in. So we're gonna go to the music, and then we're gonna come back into the Real Ninja Podcast.
Look at this nigga hitting the block again. Y'all ready?
Hello, it's President, yo. I'm starting off the cipher, so
bars that's so official, though. The president with Agent Orange, the last was Richard Nixon, yo. And that's the mission, yo. For cats that didn't know, I spit a cut and split its guts and lead a track with stitches, yo. Plus, I mac and get the hose, receive the scratch for ripping shows. Heat the track up if it snows, you sniff the smack up in your nose. And now you feeling great until I seal your fate. Filled with hate, kill the place, but still will not reveal his face. People screaming, evil demons, in my head I'm still awake. Told that guy I'd fold that guy, both black eyes but will I ain't. 217 representing, hanging in the illest state. Philosophy's my property, I slang it like it's real estate. Ain't no drinking, J-Mo straight. Do not ask me will I chase, no sitcom, I spit bombs, showing off my will and grace. Watches known as 30 Rock, community with dirty cops. Do not try to fuck with Orange, trust me fam, I've murdered lots.
It's me now, cornbread will rise above your clique. Thinking that you run this shit, you must be gone off fungus, kid. With Professor Clunk sprinkled on mad bags and luggages. True never once reciting your mad gab and rubbish shit. The sickening and wheezing take pictures with Jesus. Or Kano raps can rip livers from lesions and watch him whine without the liquor and cheeses. The rest step bro like Catalina mixer achievers. Poking to provoke these bitches believing because I have to. Rear naked choking niggas we even. I brought your ass doom. Get crept up and swept up on with mad brooms. Dust in the wind deserted as an Arab Jew. Daft mood considers me from taking these bitches craft to another level. Incredible like it's Dash Boo. Now I'm in the army because President asked coon for typically despicable me. The black ass group.
Alright, Prez, pass it to your vice, Prez. Swear this is my vice, Prez. Makes me feel alright, Prez. These cascaded than Perez. Hilton presidential suite. Monica Lewinsky dome. Evidence is on the sheets. Quiet Scooby about to speak. He about to address the state. 217, we on. It's official. Going, hey, wait, no, don't do that. Instead, just kill yourself. You can't stop this moving, homie. Keep it real with yourself. People screaming so loud when we step through, I can't hear myself. Other than God, the only person I fear is myself. Now me, myself, I'm feeling good, looking good, swagger mean. Spitting like an automatic with extended magazines. Every time I open my mouth, I cause casualties. So if you want some action, Jackson, it will end in tragedy. Prayers, why these bastards be talking about the guns they bust? We from the battlefield, who really want a war with us? The squad is eating good. Do you want a lunch from us? If you ain't about them presidents, then please don't fuck with us. We shooting for the top and aiming from the neck up. We gotta keep this going. Hey, prayers, who's next up?
Back at it here at Shamrock FC 275, live from River City Casino, as it is President taking on Tyler Maddock.
Let's bring out our next bout of the evening, President.
Coming to the cage, it is President. That is one heck of a nickname, as in President. He comes to us by way of Springfield, Illinois. He says that he looks at every fight as a learning experience and feels that he has a traditional study in the world of martial arts. He told me that originally he took his kids to a class and found that he was just as hooked as they were moving into the world of MMA. And he said, I am going to stay crafty tonight and use this exploration of martial arts to get that win.
Yeah, let's see what President can do. You know, not sure if that's a nickname or that's a God-given name, but I love it.
Let's bring out his opponent tonight, Tyler Maddock.
Coming to us by way of the Academy of Courage, it is Tyler Maddock. He trains alongside Bellator vets Kane Royer and Matt Murphy. He comes to us by the world of wrestling and looks to use that as his base tonight. As we said before, wrestling is definitely one of the biggest bases for mixed martial arts.
Yeah, I agree. You know, if you can control where the fight takes place, that gives you an advantage. You can keep the fight wherever you want it, and wrestling helps you do that.
As we get ready for our tail of the tape here, it is our buddy President, 32 years old, 6'2", 171 pounds, out of Springfield, Illinois. Tyler Maddock, 20 years old, 6'2", 170 pounds, out of St. Louis, Missouri. Again, a 12-year age difference.
Yeah, Tyler Madden is very young. He's got a lot of fights. He's got a lot of experience for such a young fighter.
So let's send it up to the cage to Stephen Bear to get this one started.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is brought to you by Hendrickson Insurance. Tonight, fighting out of the blue corner this evening, he stands 6 feet 2 inches tall. He weighs in at 171.9 pounds. He is fighting out of Springfield, Illinois, Prez Dent. His opponent tonight, fighting from across the cage out of the red corner this evening. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall. He weighs in at 170 pounds. Fighting out of St. Charles, Missouri, Tyler Madden.
Referee Mark Wassam has the call for this fight. Prez Dent in the blue, Tyler Manning in the red. Here we go, no touch of the gloves. Prez comes out landing some decent combinations there.
Yeah, Tyler Madden looks real relaxed, but he's not doing a whole lot.
Nice takedown there from Prez Dent.
Kind of a wild throw. Dent needed to be real careful he didn't get his back taken there.
Almost a traditional judo throw, which sometimes doesn't pay off in the world of MMA.
Looks like Prez Dent could pass into mount.
Looks like he's making a motion for an Americana here.
Absolutely he is. Looks like Madden's going to give up his back. Good job by Madden to get back to his feet again.
Big takedown there, though, from Prez Dent.
Prez Dent just muscled that takedown. Prez Dent is using a ton of energy.
Oh, my goodness.
If Madden can make it out of this round, Prez Dent might be tired in round 2.
Prez working to get those hooks in. Halfway through round 1. Prez still working the back of Tyler Madden here.
But he doesn't have his hooks in. Madden can turn it. Madden turning the wrong. Dent gets a rear naked choke. Very nice work out of Prez Dent.
Prez Dent, no matter what the name, the boy can fight.
He fought well. You know, a couple times where he could have been in a bad position, he let his strength and athleticism take over. Helps him to a win.
Prez Dent doing big things there, taking them down, taking the back, sinking in that rear naked choke. Very nice fight there coming from Prez Dent. So let's send it up to the cage to Stephen Bear to give us our results.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout has ended 1 minute and 40 seconds of round number 1 due to rear naked choke. Your winner out of the blue corner, Prez Dent.
What up? We back.
We back, man. Real Ninjas Podcast, episode 3 with special guest, the one and only my TT, one of the smartest people on the planet, Miss Sara Bowen.
Uncanny, we really doing this. This is our 3rd episode.
We going crazy.
We're going to keep it going, too.
Of course we are. Because we real ninjas. Y'all know what it is.
Okay.
All right, so what we're going to talk about, man, is actually what we just witnessed. Shouts out to everybody in the site for my man Scoob. Of course, Agent O, my big homie, man, Cornbread 217, man. But we're going to talk about that fight, and not just that fight, but fighting in particular, mostly because both of these people have great perspective and insight. Prez as a professional fighter, and my TT as, shouts out Kyron, as the mom of a professional fighter.
Just won the title?
Just won the 170 belt for what promotion? I don't want to get it wrong.
Mama know.
MMAX. It's in Arkansas. Philly Combat Fitness.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about. So, the mentality of a fighter, going into a fight, even fight week, the preparation, there's a ton of prep that goes into that. You scout your opponent some, you got to cut weight, you've been doing conditioning, of course, strength training, technique. When you hit that cage and they lock it and it's just you and that other person in there, what's the mentality behind that?
See, me, I just want to, I want to put on the best show I can possibly put on and not look like no bitch while doing it. You know, that's literally all it is. Like I don't want to get hit. You know what I mean? And I don't get hit. Check out my fights. You know what I mean? Shoot, I like to move. I like to do some. I'm not too flashy, but I got that. I got all that stuff. You know what I mean? So when I step into the ring, I just want to really just. I don't want nobody to say, yeah, that was an all right fight, or he could have won, or something like that, or if regardless, it's usually one of the best fights of the night when I get on, and there's going to be some action in it. It's definitely going to be me coming forward. If he coming forward, it's going to be a battle. They usually like to wrestle with me because they don't nobody got them hands like I do around here, you know. So bring it. Bring it if you want to know about it. You know what I mean? I just throw that out there. I'm looking for a fight.
Prez needs a fight.
I need a fight bad. I need a fight bad, so bad. But shout out to Sara Bowen. You know what I mean? Like he was here with us at one point, and he went off the other horizons, and he's really shining right now.
He's absolutely shining right now.
Yes.
What a
How does see my mom?
Five finish streak.
My mom never came to a fight. She said she don't like it when I fight. She didn't see me fight people.
I don't like
But
it.
you know.
I can't go to all of them, I'll be honest. Like, it just kind of depends on where I'm at in life. It is a lot of stress as a parent to go. I mean, sometimes I've been at fights and not actually watch the fight. I'll just turn around and wait till it's all over. And Kyron knows that about me. Like, there was one fight we went down a couple fights ago, and he finished real fast, and he goes, "That was for you," because he knows my nerves are. I mean, even when I'm here and he's fighting somewhere else, I'm super duper anxious all day. Sending tons of good vibes and energy into the universe, calling on ancestors. All of that. I'm not playing. That's real stuff. Protect my son, blah blah blah, whatever. Obviously, I always wanted to win, but as a mom, you just wanted to be safe.
To be okay.
Right. To be okay. Face not disfigured. No broken bones, all that good stuff.
For sure.
So
but you guys are going through that.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. But I can kind of understand, Prez, with your mom. I mean, it's not easy to watch that. That's your child. That's not. I mean, sometimes I've been at fights too where I've gone into like beast mode, like get up. But it's hard to do that. It's hard to watch your son in that type of. It's
imminent danger. They're putting themselves in.
You just don't know what can happen.
For anything. That's the beauty of the sport.
My kids love it though.
All kids love it. But you gotta think though, we were the kids, especially if you're under 20 years old, you were raised while MMA was growing. Right. You know what I mean?
True.
Like us, we're a little older. I'm 31, you're 30, mid-30s.
35.
Mid-30s, you know what I mean? So we remember a time before UFC was the ish. There wasn't, like we remember when guys, there was a karate guy and a sumo guy, or a boxing guy and a sambo guy. There was no MMA training. It was mixed martial arts. And so we're gonna mix this thing up.
For those who don't know, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, go ahead.
I started when I was 27, so I'm not even 10 years in the game. Just because when we was coming up, they didn't have stuff like that. So, but I always been an athlete. I always wanted to be a professional athlete, and I saw this as a chance to do that. So in age, I'm an animal. So it don't matter how old I get, I swear, as long as I keep doing this, I'm just going to keep getting better.
Kyron's last fight, there was a guy that fought. He ended up losing, but he was 41 years old and was a beast, a warrior. And I was at the end, because it was based on a decision, but at the end I just really didn't even know. And the guy that he fought was, I think, in his late 20s, and he was 41, and man, He was
As
hard.
long as you know what you're doing, you straight. As long as you know what you're doing, you straight. And if you actually practice, I practice every day. I'm trying to find a week to take off from practicing, but my teammates need me, my students need me. You know, I can't stop practicing just yet. I can't stop training. I need to take a week off just to heal because I kicked everybody.
Tell them where to come train at.
Yep, Grand Central Training Facility, Presidential Fitness. That's where we at right now. You come get one of these shins. Think about that on your. Think about that on your.
I got a shin split just him knocking on it, man. I'm about to cry. Imagine him putting that on the side of your chin. Like, ah!
And they both like that. They like baseball bats. And so, with that being said, I don't want to just drown y'all with silly stuff. And we're going to end this episode on it being epic because I like to do because that's what it is right now. And
real quick, before we get to the ending though, do you have any shouts out? You got some stage time, you're on the platform, there's going to be like 400 views.
Shout out to baby. Shout out to baby.
That's fine. I'm not shouting out my babies because they get enough credit as it is.
Sure.
But I do want to say something that I didn't say when we were talking about the HIV stuff, is that there's also a prevention medication called PrEP that you can take 1 time a day, and it is 92% effective in preventing HIV transmission if you have sex with someone or, sharing needles out.
Is that AIDS blocker?
It is an HIV blocker.
Oh, HIV blocker.
For sex though.
And with needles, it's about 70%
That's still
prevention. So it is good. It's just a little bit. It's just a little bit less of. Yeah. So and what it is, it's a combination of HIV medication. But you take it once a day, and there are resources so that you wouldn't have to pay for it. Gilead is a pharmaceutical company that makes the medication. They have tons of assistance programs, and there's PrEP for Illinois, which is also an Illinois PrEP assistance program. There's a PrEP clinic at Sangamon County Department of Public Health, so check them out.
And this is for people having sex with someone that is already diagnosed, or
No,
people
it
that are
doesn't even at high risk.
So
Yeah,
if you
it doesn't
are-
even matter.
So you broke down the statistics. So if you are a male having sex
If
with
you're a
males,
man having
you should
sex
have it.
with-
If you are a transgendered woman of color,
If you're in sex work, if you share needles, there's other risk factors. If you're heterosexual and you have several partners and you're not protected.
If you're on the
you should
D-Lo, if you are doing weirdo stuff,
Keep those dirty
make sure you
dicks
take it.
and dirty slits to yourself. HIV people.
Protect yourselves. Protect yourselves. I don't know about all that.
Here we go. Are condoms somewhat protected? Do they help at all?
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Lambskin.
Use condoms every
He's
time.
sitting down
How
like
about no lambskins, huh?
no. You want to use latex if possible, right?
Yeah, and there's there's some non-latex condoms. There's female condoms where the
Reynolds
female inserts. Do not use Reynolds wrap. Consider using dental dams if you're worried about oral transmission.
That's a real thing.
Oh, that's a real thing.
Dental dams.
Yeah, you put it over it depends on what you're into. You put it over whatever you're putting your mouth on, and it's a barrier.
So it's
I'm
like
going
a plastic baggie.
I'm going
And if you don't have a dental dam, go grab some saran wrap. It does the same thing. I'm being serious. It does the same thing.
So saran wrap, not for condoms, but for dental dams it'll work.
What's that
Relax. So I can't use saran wrap as a condom.
No.
But I can use it as a dental dam.
Yes.
You heard it here from one of the smartest people on the planet.
Absolutely.
And just stretch it over.
So you take the Reynolds wrap, right? And make a little thing in it.
Wait, make a little thing.
Little, I don't know.
Are you putting your thing in the Reynolds wrap?
What is
I'm just saying.
what is going in the Reynolds
It's a
wrap?
dental dam.
Your penis is good.
No penis in Reynolds wrap.
No, it goes
I
over the
thought
mouth.
Reynolds wrap was strong.
Do not use Reynolds wrap as a condom.
Not as a condom,
not
as a
listen
dental
to
dam.
it.
Oh man. Again,
Yes,
you got anything you got to say, bro?
Yeah, actually, we got some pretty fly stuff coming up. We're bringing Def Jam back to the area. September 5th, we'll be in Lincoln, Illinois, Cafe Billiard. Shouts out my man DZ the Paperboy, and of course, A&R for Def Jam, Big F. Big shouts out to him. Remember, Midwest Connects. If you ain't connected, you ain't respected. We're also bringing the Big Homie Montana 300 to Halloween, October 19th. We'll be back at the mansion. Get your tickets early. They are going to sell out. We've got VIP, we've got meet and greet, endless cups, full pool bar. We've got food out there. The whole shebang, man. Pool party in October. So
Okay, I'll be out there with my shirt off.
no, you know, man. Black Superman will definitely be there.
Come through.
Wait, are you gonna dress as Idris Elba from Hobbs? He's gonna be Idris Elba from Hobbs and Shaw.
He wore a whole leather suit the whole time. So you can see that old dad body.
You are such a hater right now. There is no dad body.
Yeah, y'all seen the new Chadwick? Y'all seen Chadwick lately?
Boseman, yeah. He's gonna be the first Black Samurai guy.
I thought he was gonna be the first Black Ethiopian. Because they're gonna need a new Black Panther.
Yeah.
Because he can't put that weight on. He weighed like 125. Right?
He's gonna. I'm telling you, he's in a new movie, man. He's gonna be the first Black Samurai. The dude is like revered over in Japan.
Man, when they gonna put me in a movie? My goal is to be.
We just need to get an agent.
Man. This is my goal one day, is to be Thug 1 in the movie. You know how you go down the credits in the back? My name is Thug 1. I ain't got a name.
or a line.
I'm just in there. I got a line. Just, yeah, boss. Go get him. And I'm the guy that about to kill Jason Statham. He about to die, and The Rock shoot me in the back.
Okay, so you gotta be the guy with a little scrap to him.
I'm the main. I'm Thug 1.
Like when GSP was in what's his name?
There we go. Yes, fighting Captain America. Come on, man. Yeah, GSP Cap. Hey, we're gonna end this show. I ain't got much to say.
Run Ninja Podcast.
Could somebody give me a fight, please? Somebody give me a fight. I'm itching for a fight.
He's itching
Come on, give me a fight,
it's
man.
like
Who want to fight? Who want to fight? Who want to fight? Okay, so y'all have a good night, and I'm gonna end this podcast, Real Ninja Podcast, episode 3. Thank you, Sarah, for coming out, and thank you, Uncanny, for being here. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, we it's free. Don't be mad at how long it takes us to put it up, okay? And I'm gonna end this with another fight. This is a 50-second knockout from yours truly. Holla!